For the sixth time, the city of Cleveland, Ohio hosts the Boys of Summer. Welcome into our All-Star pregame special, leading you right up to the game itself. I'm Scott Smith. How fast are you going to take me up to today?
200 or 300.
Will you be able to hear the screams through the helmet? Welcome out to the Copperhead course here at Innisbrook. I am Scott Smith. This is round one of the Valspar Championship. Let's talk hockey.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, what do you think? Last night, you scared now?
Bucks fans for a while have tried to lure certain coaches out of retirement. They finally have been successful. Dickie, have you warmed to the idea yet?
All that remains now is the main event. Of course, tomorrow's Daytona 500 right here on Fox 13.
In the halls of this Hall of Famer's home are reminders of a legendary career.
These are all because of what...
Oh, no! That was your shirt. It is Bruce Arians. I take it retirement's not all it's cut out to be?
I failed at it.
All right, here we go. Let's take off. It's a little faster than I usually drive through the parking lot. To see teams crawl out of an 0-2 hole, all you have to do is look at the team that they're facing here tonight, the Washington Capitals.
I suppose after a 38-point throttling, this is the perfect time for a bye week. Took the checkered flag, picking up his 28th career win.
29.
Okay, I'm sorry. You've recruited pretty heavily. Little pipeline up to Clemson for you out of this place. Well, just a 2-day visit, but a memory for a lifetime. Greetings from Cuba, where the Rays' historic trip is one that left an indelible mark.
Reese's Cups or Pieces? Cups or Pieces?
I think it's Reese's peanut butter. Reese's peanut butter.
He doesn't even know.
Or Pieces?
Pieces.
He doesn't even.
We are in the Windy City for a showdown of big offense versus menacing defense.
Sweet Caroline.
Cereal in the cup, baby. Here we go.
Whoa, sorry, Scott.
This fact is going to take a while, so I got time. I'll be right back. Pete, how's that cat of yours?
Yeah, and I have a dog.
Don't you have a sports cast to get to?
I do. We're actually in the middle of it right now. Yeah, the highlights. They're running currently.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Pete, you take care of that cat.
Bye.
What will it mean to you to have them be a part of your All-Star experience?
Scott Smith, where the hell is the race? Instead, you got some guy named Harry on here.
How come NASCAR racing is on Fox 13 and I'm getting some guy was giving me a bunch of recipes?
Well, the Bucks have lost 3 straight games after being roasted, then sliced and diced and piled high on a slice of pumpernickel. Oh, wait, that's my lunch. Turns out good food helps on a bad day, as we found out at Wright's Gourmet House in Tampa, talking Bucks Falcons upon further review.
What do a lot of people do to compensate for their grief, their depression, their sadness? They like to eat.
You think they're hurting inside?
Exactly. That's why all
That only mayonnaise-covered bread with deli slices and delicious cheese and a pickle spear will fill.
Right. Wash down with the chocolate on chocolate cupcake.
Hello, Mrs. Tattlebaum's class.
One of my friends told me that the Bucks won.
Your friend was absolutely correct. 26-23 in overtime.
Really?
Did you think it was going through?
No.
Can we all say Chandler Catanzaro? Chandler Catanzaro. Show me what Baker Mayfield looked like after that one went through. There's one. There's two. Oh, no. Here we go.
You
Did you
want to talk to a diehard Bucks fan?
I do.
You do?
Where?
I'm talking to a diehard
Right here.
Bucks
I didn't have a snack because my total interest.
Wait, you didn't have a snack because of
I
your
didn't
toe
have
injury?
my total interest. My
Oh, your total interest, not a toe injury. The
My-
toes are fine.
No, my toes are fine.
Okay. What's the blueprint to a victory this year?
Intersection.
Okay, but I know, but I'm using that metaphorically to say, what is?
Stay healthy, no injuries.
That's very smart. All right, I'll let you get about your busy work day. Thank you, sir. Oh, look out for that bike! Thank you. When did this show up? We have bloody hatchets. We have old bones. Oh, it's a slaughtering hook.
It's a Disney theme.
So is Fitz a trick or a treat?
I think it's a treat.
You should have kept him in the entire time.
You know, we've hired Jameis. We can't trade him. Or can we?
I'm Batman.
Are you going to be able to take that off?
I probably will not be
really
able to
tight.
because it's kind of snug.
Did you watch yesterday's game?
Yeah, it was one of the best I've seen out of them in a long time.
It was like a Christmas miracle, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know about that.
It's very lifelike.
Nothing I don't like about it.
Smell it. Give it a sniff. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Yeah, see?
Like plastic.
Yeah, exactly. Pine tree.
I mean, the energy that you could, I was watching from TV, but even
You
through
felt it
that
through the
media,
television.
It was definitely.
That's what happens
Yeah.
when you watch Fox 13. Sometimes you get feelings like that come through the television set.
We try to do it up, you know.
Yeah. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yep, that's for sure. Yeah.
And Bucks wins help, right?
That's for sure.
Here at USF, welcome on out. We're at the Frank Morsani Football Complex. We got Rocky and the team behind us.
Against Florida, you guys will have the stage all to yourself, and this will be really an opportunity to kind of rekindle that rivalry with another school.
Well, as a Florida native.
10-22. Hey, you're in my seat, buddy. Come on. Come on, there's plenty of seats.
Hey, everybody, welcome into our Facebook Live. We are on the road as we depart from Coral Gables and the University of Miami. Our visit to UF, hanging with the Gators, Dan Mullen and his crew, Felipe Franks, the starting quarterback.
You think if there's one singular thing that clicked for you last year, what was it?
He's active on social media, but many coaches are not, including his former boss at Alabama, Nick Saban.
He doesn't know what social media is.
Yes.
He doesn't. I think he called it Facebook. He called it face mask one time. So
legendary defensive guru for the Bucks in that Tampa 2 that won the Super Bowl. But it doesn't appear that retirement is coming anytime soon.
I tell you guys now, back in the day, James Brown, I feel good, do. I feel good. That's I got it.
And then it's off to FSU on Friday. Remember to hop onto Facebook Live, 7:15. Here we go. You know who coined that phrase? Steve Spurrier. He called it the swamp because only Gators come out alive. You know who we have coming up at 5 and at 6 o'clock? Steve Spurrier.
Oh, nice.
The head ball coach is going to be our guest. Welcome out to Tallahassee. I am Scott Smith for the 5th and final day of the College Caravan, and we wrap it up with Willie Taggart's Knowles.
I find myself not screaming or getting emotionally hijacked as much now.
Emotionally hijacked, I like it. What are the parts of coaching that you miss most?
None. That's a very valid question, and I gave you a valid answer.
Well, most NFL careers end before the player wants it to, but not Joe Hawley. The Bucs' former center said he left it all out on the field, and he's happy that it's over. Joe retired this last offseason after 8 years in the league. He's a 29-year-old retiree, now with football in his rearview mirror and plenty of gas in the tank.
Welcome to Joe Hawley's house, his empty house.
I had a really nice couch. It took up this whole room, surprisingly.
Joe used to have a lot of things, but now just the bare essentials.
I got my grill. I'm going to use that to cook food. Jameis actually got that for us.
These days, the leaned-up former Bucs O-lineman is lightening his load for his post-NFL chapter.
Like every time I get rid of something, it's like weight lifted off my shoulders. I can like literally feel it. And so I'm excited to live with less so I can experience more.
Well, he's going to experience more, all right. And all of it from behind the wheel of this bad boy.
That comes right there, and then I can just lay right on top.
And this is your kitchen over here to the left?
Yeah, so we got a full running sink.
Joe Hawley is moving into his van.
You'd be so ready for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Like a lot of guys are jealous.
Looks great, Joe.
Thank you. So I'm doing it for a lot of people that can't, that have always wanted to.
Do you think he's crazy for doing this?
No, I asked if I could go along.
He donated all he had to Metropolitan Ministries because life on the road is calling his name.
Places I want to see, I want to spend some time at national parks, go see the country. I'm going to go check out a bunch of different baseball parks and just kind of go with the flow.
I'd say a far cry from the structure of the NFL.
Last year, middle of the season, I wasn't happy anymore. I was unsatisfied, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I can grind this out. It's not fulfilling my life. It's not filling my soul. So I was ready for something new.
Sounds like freedom to me. Well, Freedom is actually the name of Joe's dog, who's also along for the ride. Joe will be blogging his adventures under the name Man Van Dog Blog.
I don't feel like I have enough time to see all this stuff. Psych. I actually do.
And he wants you to follow his journey.
I like this.
Just a man.
Living the life, baby.
A van and his dog.
You come if you want for a couple days.
I gotta be back here though by tomorrow, 3 o'clock.
He wouldn't take me with him. I tried. When it comes to technology, our kids generally know more than we do. And over at Coleman Middle School in Tampa, it's built into the curriculum. The classroom that once housed the old wood shop is now cultivating some of the sharpest minds in the team sport of robotics.
Meet Robot 11575F, better known by these students as Larry.
I just came to school one day and they named it Larry. I just went with it.
Larry and his other programmable plastic pals are taking over Mr. Jonas's robotics class at Coleman Middle School.
I finished my work really early and all the other classes to come here.
It's actually much more than a class. They're a team. The Coleman Cobras' much acclaimed robotics team.
I think robotics is a sport all on its own.
Wait, back up. Did he say sport?
I am 100% calling robotics a sport.
He may have a point. They do play different positions.
I'm a builder. I've done a little bit of building, some programming.
Preparation is key.
Practice is the main thing.
They have passion.
Hit it with the other side.
And at the recent state tournament, they won the Sportsmanship Award.
We did get sportsmanship, which is a huge accomplishment for our team.
Only 62 out of 800 robotics teams statewide made the state tournament. From that group, only 20 actually make the World Championship. Coleman is sending 5 of those teams.
The name of the game at the World Championships is Vex IQ Ringmaster, where they'll try to stack and score as many of these rings as possible in 60 seconds.
2, 1, go. They're driving and they have 1 minute to go. And there's a lot of pressure to not only pick up the rings, but score them.
They've got 2 months to get ready for Worlds. Practice, tinker with the robots. But preparation is really never something that Coach Jonas has to worry about.
You can see in the room behind me, I mean, these kids really want to be here, and they're super engaged. And this is truly what school should be all about.
And I've heard stories about Worlds from some of the kids who went last year, like feels like all year. So I've been really excited for a while.
And as for Larry, nothing less than world domination will do.